Today, we're going to be learning an organic Instagram sales strategy that you might even be able to apply to get sales by the end of today. So this is for you business owners out there who have already set up your bio, already get how to do your content, your hashtags, all of that good stuff. Maybe you've watched some of the other videos on my channel for how to set up all of this and you are ready for sales, but you're not quite at the point where you're ready to set up your first paid ad campaign. Now, for those of you who are ready to set up your first paid ad campaign, make sure to grab my free course in the description right now, and then you can watch it after this video. That will show you exactly how to set up your first Facebook/Instagram ads campaign in a way that is catered to small budgets, especially for businesses that are testing an offer and you're not really gung-ho about spending $5,000 to test your offer. If you just want to be able to run an ad campaign that's a lot simpler to set up, you can get it out and running a lot quicker than most other ad campaigns, and it actually gets really good results even for first timers. Be sure to watch that. This is an ad strategy that you have not seen anywhere else online, so you're gonna want to check that out. Now, let's get into today's video though. So what we're going to be doing in a nutshell, I hate to spoil the surprise and boil it all down to this basic thing, but we are going to be following hashtags that our dream customers are likely going to be posting with that would tell us that they are in a prime spot to buy. And then I'm going to show you a commenting strategy of how to engage with these ready to buy customers. So that was a lot there, but essentially what we're going to be doing is, if I am like a business owner and I am trying to sell to startup business owners, then a great way to make sure that my feed is always full of quality prospects would be to follow some of the hashtags related in that niche. And what this does is that rather than my feed always just be full with the people that I follow and then, some suggested posts that are probably not my dream customers, especially at a certain place in their life where they are primed to be sold to, it's just a lot of content, right? And that's how you can waste a lot of time. So this will also help you protect your time on Instagram because your feed will be a lot more pertinent of what's coming up on it. So what you're going to do here, I'm going to go through a couple examples, and I'm going to start with the example from my friend that actually taught me this a few years back. It was probably about 4 years ago now. He ran a business where he was selling cauliflower ear treatment and prevention items online. So cauliflower ear, for those of you who don't know, is if you are into wrestling or fighting and you get on the ground and you get a cut and it gets bacteria and it gets swollen, your ear turns into a piece of cauliflower, it gets all big, and it's pretty gross, and it definitely needs to be treated. And what he would do is he would go on here, and I'm just going to show you here, and you can follow hashtag cauliflower ear. So cauliflower ear, and then I'm going to go over to the tags category for those of you watching with me on YouTube. And I think I spelled it right. But then what you could do, in this case, we'd probably be looking for people who recently posted about it. So I'm going to go over to the Recents tab, and you can just start going through some of these posts and see if any of them are someone posting about recently getting cauliflower ear. And you can see right here, I'm going to read this post. Was able to get a babysitter for my son today so I could make comp class. Great morning of training. Professor Barbosa put us through a whole session. Lots of drinking and rolling. Thanks for the awesome rules. So it looks like he's not talking about his cauliflower ear, but then he posted hashtag cauliflower ear in the caption. And if I zoom in on the picture, you can see this guy clearly has a cauliflower ear infection. So what I could do if I were that business is come in, and I wouldn't mention the cauliflower ear in this case because he didn't talk about it in his bio. But the thing is his company is called, like the name of the company is pretty obvious what it does. And a lot of you need to realize that too. You don't have to be as salesy as you think when the name of your company and them just going over to your account kind of lets them know you already sell things and they know you're a business. And just the fact that you're a business that gave them some kind of touch point just lets them know that they can buy something if they want, right? So I could come in here and just say, crush it today, man. And then, assuming that I would actually understand that market if I owned a business in it, I would probably say something a little bit less generic here. And I would give him like some kind of comment that actually shows that I read what he's talking about. Maybe if I knew this instructor that he works with or the studio, anything like that. Of course, you're going to want to say the most genuine and personal thing that you can hear. And all that's going to do is, at the minimum, even if they don't reply back, they will check out your account. And then they will see your bio. Hopefully you set that up just like I told you guys to in the last video of how to set up a bio. And then they can come over to your account and they get it. They know exactly what you do and they know that you can potentially help them. And what you could do is just spend an hour in this situation, since there's only 33K total posts. It's maybe not something that you would do every week, but or every day, but once a week, every other week, you might come in here and just check it out. But at the minimum, you should follow this hashtag, because then that will make it so your feed is then filled with people who recently did that. So I can just be scrolling down my feed here, and then if someone did hashtag cauliflower ear recently, they'll appear in the feed, and I can just go down and naturally have some quality work for me to do. So a lot of people talk about commenting strategies on Instagram. Is it dead to comment? Like the $1.80, is it dead? No, of course not. Like getting genuine connections with your ideal clients will always lead to potential sales. The thing is if you just comment on random people's posts, it's not going to do that much for you. So in this case, I'm not just commenting on some big accounts in my niche trying to be top comment. It's not that type of commenting strategy. I'm engaging with these small accounts who recently posted that they have the problem that my product solves. So let's look at a different example, because not all of them will be like this, where I sell some kind of treatment, and if they post about it with this hashtag, then now's the perfect time. A lot of industries aren't as timing based as that one. So in this case, let me look at whiskey. I'm going to do a whiskey example because I've worked with or I've spoken with a lot of alcohol businesses, but because I mostly teach people how to run paid ads, and they have blocks and they can't run ads on Meta as an alcohol company, here's a way that you could get in touch with your ideal clients. So if I just type in whiskey and then go over to the tags tab, then I can just straight up go to the hashtag whiskey, or I can go to like whiskey lover. I can go into the recent posts and see who recently posted, because the thing is if they posted in the last couple days, it's a lot less weird if they get a comment from a random page they haven't heard of just out of the blue. Because if it's like a couple years old and then you just comment, ooh, love whiskey, it's like a little obvious what you're doing, but it's also like, it's an old post. It's old news to them. So if you go on the recents tab here, you can just come in and see what might be beneficial to comment on. And honestly, a lot of it might be even if they're not your ideal client. So if I go to this first one here, this right here, it's someone drinking whiskey, smoking a cigar. It looks like a pretty nice bottle. So you could come in here and just type like, looks good, my man, enjoy your day off, or whatever, right? You could like read the caption, go to their account, and just make a genuine comment and just talk to them, all right? People will be like, well, what do I say? Like, say the same thing as if this person was standing right in front of you and then they just told you their caption. Then what would you say in return, right? So I try not to be too basic with my comments, like, looks great, and it's just like, cookie cutter, it looks like a robot could have done it. I like to say something that shows that an actual person is the one commenting. But if you were to drop 50 of these a day, the chance that you're going to get some website traffic from some quality customers is pretty much 100%. At least one of those 50 people is going to make it all the way over to your website and check out your stuff. And probably at least 40 of them are going to go over to your account at the minimum. So if you want 40 people to come check out your business, see what happens, that's a lot better than those 40 people not coming to your account, especially if you were to do it every single day. 40 times 7, that's 280 extra very qualified people coming to your account a week, and then times that by 4, and you've got a little over 1,000 people a month coming to your account. Now, this is a lot of work, but also for a lot of you businesses that are really trying to get your first sales, go for it. Like, don't worry about, oh, this is a lot of work, I don't know if this is sustainable. Just work on getting a sale, and sometimes that can be using what I like to call one customer at a time methods. You're not really going for, I want 1,000 sales today. Like if you can get one person to buy your whiskey today, it'd be incredible, right? So, or whatever product you're selling, that would be incredible. So if you had to send out 40 to 50 comments and you knew you would get a customer by the end of the day, would you do it? And really, like I was saying, don't look into, well, that's a lot of time just for one customer, and then I'm making like $270 an hour. It's a new customer, they might buy later. Like it keeps the ball rolling, and it's really how you got to do it at the beginning, is finding these one customer at a time situations. So last way to do it would be if you are looking for customers like in a certain niche. So like I was talking about before, if you're like a business coach and you're maybe a coach for startup businesses in particular, maybe you help them run Kickstarter campaigns, which by the way, if you're interested in learning how to run a Kickstarter campaign, make sure you subscribe to this show, because I will be doing an episode within the next week or two on exactly how to launch a Kickstarter campaign, not just how to set it up, but how to get all of the initial sales in that first week that you need in order for that Kickstarter campaign to start trending, because you have to get your first sales for Kickstarter yourself. So subscribe if that would be of interest to you. But what I can do here, startup business, 1.8 million posts. Come right in. You can look at the top ones, which are usually going to be within the last 2 weeks anyways. So it's not like the top tab is bad, or you can go to recent, and I can just start dropping knowledge, or I can comment on people's posts, whatever value that I can add on these. If I were to do 50 of these a day, then you could find, then I could find like some startup businesses who would likely really benefit from my services. So that's the thing. Remember that always. It's a quote from Zig Ziglar, and it's that if you have a product that is way more worth it to people than their money, and it truly solves the problem, and it's of true value, then you have a moral obligation to go out there and sell it. So this is one way that if you're like, look, my company needs more sales, this product deserves to be sold, it deserves the attention, and people need me, I got to go out and I got to go find these people, because I'm not big yet, I'm not running ads yet, and that's fine. The fact that you are a small follower account, or wherever you are, it really doesn't matter. I mean, all of us could still use more traffic, more reach. There's a reason why big companies still pay for ads. So this is just a way that you can get some really quality people over to your website, establish some connections, and you never know what you might learn just from talking to people and them telling you what they would like, or what they like about your company, and what they see on your page, and hey, how much is that? And you're like, hey, it's this much, and here's a discount code, and you can just get some conversation started. So try to ask a question, I'd say, as a tip in the comments, so that they respond back to you. And then maybe you can say something back and get a little bit more back and forth going on. And if they follow you, excellent. That's like first mission accomplished there. If they just come over, you can see they watched your story, liked some of your posts, maybe made some comment on your stuff. That's all great. You can really get experimental here, because as long as you're just having conversations, talking to people that are in your market, and hey, you're just talking as the company, you're not necessarily trying to sell them right there, right? You're not going to comment, hey, use discount code on our website. That would be way too quickly trying to sell them. You're going to actually talk to them like they're real people, because they are, and then they will naturally find out about you, your bio link, and all of that good stuff. And it's just something that you can do to take sales into your own hands, and not just be posting and playing the fingers crossed game that someone comes to your website and just buys your stuff just because they liked your reel. So go out there, try this, leave some comments, let me know what you think. And if you get some great results with this, be sure to let me know in the comments here, or on socialbamboo_ on Instagram. My name's Derek Videll. Thank you so much for watching today. See you soon.